Everyone knew my husband adored me. Our only regret was that after 3 years of marriage, we still had no child. So when I found out I was pregnant, thrilled, I rushed home to tell him. But the man who had loved me for 7 years showed no joy at all. He gripped the ultrasound report, his face dark with sarcasm. Cheated on me and still smiling. Should I celebrate for you? I was too soft on you. And now you expect me to raise another man's child? I froze, unable to understand what he meant. Until he threw a medical report onto the table. I have azoospermia. So tell me, how did this baby end up in your womb? I stared at the diagnosis, my mind going blank. Fitz Rensselaer looked at me with cold mockery and rage. Say it. Tell me this child is mine. Playing innocent while sneaking around behind my back. I really underestimated you. My fingers shook as I grabbed the report and saw the words clearly. Azoospermia. I kept shaking my head. No, that's impossible. You're my first love. I have never been with anyone else. This baby can only be yours. Fitz stood and snatched the report away. Still lying? Haven't I given you enough money, love, everything? And you repay me by making me a fool with another man's child? His eyes were bloodshot with fury. I grabbed his hand and begged him. Fitz, please believe me. There has to be a mistake. Let's go to another hospital and test again. He shoved me so hard I fell to the floor. Then he crouched down, pinched my chin, and spoke in a freezing voice. This report came from the city's top hospital. You still think it's wrong? What were you thinking when you ran home with that ultrasound? Only then did I realize tears were running down his face. Yet even crying, he kept cutting me apart. Were you happy because you were finally carrying a child that wasn't mine? Or were you planning how to lie to my face? Or thinking of your lover and celebrating the proof of your affair? His grip tightened until I cried out. At the sound, a terrible smile touched his lips. Does it hurt? That pain is nothing compared to mine. I told you before, if you wanted children, we could adopt. So why did you have to hurt me like this? Fitz had always spoiled me, and I had never seen this side of him. Tears blurred my sight as I tried to make him listen. Fitz, I barely leave the house. You know every part of my life. Other than you, I have no one. How could I possibly have a lover? For a second, his expression softened, then a woman's voice cut through the room. Is that so? Then who is the man in these photos, taking you into a hotel? We both looked up. Via Vanderbilt, Fitz's childhood best friend, stormed in and threw a stack of photos onto the table. I saw her at the hotel with a man 2 days ago. I hesitated to tell you, but now she's pregnant too. Fitz picked up the photos one by one, and with every image, his face turned darker. Then he hurled them at me. So this is your innocence? Tell me who this bastard is. I scrambled to gather the pictures and felt my blood run cold. The woman in them was clearly me, and the man beside me looked far too intimate. One photo showed him handing me a gift. Another showed him shielding me from traffic. Another showed him wiping my mouth after a meal. I looked up at Fitz through tears. He's my brother, my real brother. He just came back, and I wanted to introduce him to you. Before Fitz could speak, B sneered. Your brother? Everyone knows your family lives overseas. Why would he suddenly appear now? And if it was so innocent, why didn't you tell Fitz sooner? My lips trembled because I had tried to call Fitz several times that day, only to be hung up on. I did call you. Check your phone. I'm not lying. But Fitz threw his phone onto the table and stared at me like I was filth. There are no calls. Jenny. After 7 years, I finally see what kind of woman you are. I checked the call log with shaking hands. There was nothing. Then B delivered the final blow. Fitz has azoospermia, and you still expect him to believe that child is his? My chest turned cold as I stared at Fitz. Why does she know about your condition when I don't? He looked at me with nothing but disgust. Then he grabbed my wrist, hatred filling his voice. That child will be aborted today. And if you keep resisting, either the bastard in your belly dies, or you die with it.